Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Gemini. If Gemini is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so we have the Four of Pentacles or the Four of Discs. And this is a bonus reading for Gemini, by the way. Four of Pentacles may be my favorite card. To me, it always says going home, being in your most sacred space, and kind of getting recharged, right? Getting all of the elements of your life in order. Perfect balance. Or at least getting close to. All right. Let's take a look. So in the middle we have, it says 21. 21 being an important number this week, it looks like. So it looks like we maybe have a Sagittarius person involved in some kind of situation here. You can see the body, the upper body of a person, of a human. We have the horse down here. We have a bow right here. Okay, so we have a Sagittarius in the mix. And we also have it looks like a person holding on to wings. I almost kind of feel like, it almost feels like getting ready to go on a flight. It reminds me of those pilot wings that they give to kids. And so I feel like there's a sense of trying to prepare yourself for some kind of travel, or maybe coming home from. And that's the thing, is that I think that this maybe is coming home because we have that Four of Discs, which, if you can think of it in your mind from the Thoth deck, is kind of, it looks like a fortress with a moat around it, and the four elements are the discs, right? And they're all in order, or they're in their order, they're balanced. You're in a place that is fortified. So I feel like this is almost a sense of like coming home from. And now maybe you actually traveled, maybe it is just that you have been out in the world a lot, maybe you've been working a lot. Maybe, you know, you have, I don't know, maybe you're like dating somebody, you've been staying at their house a lot, or, you know, something like this. But there's a sense of, yes, I need to return home. I need to get back to my place where I feel comfortable in my own space, in my own sacred temple, if that makes sense. And so we also have over here, I'm seeing a face, the eye, the mouth, and a beard. Maybe balding, okay? So this also, it seems like a person coming through. I think that they maybe are transitioned. This is somebody who has passed away. Maybe a father, brother, grandfather, good friend, something like this. They seem to be, I just feel like there's like a small smile. Almost kind of like, I don't know, I almost feel like you had kind of a really silly rapport with them. Now, I don't think it was like, you know, like physical comedy. I don't think it was like that. But I think that you always just had like this kind of easy, kind of a little bit of jokes, and really enjoyed being around one another. And I feel it almost feels like this is maybe it's the anniversary of their passing pretty soon, or their birthday, but I feel like they're right in the center of your mind. And I think that you're getting to a place where this is a happy memory, right? I feel like you're coming out of the grief, even if it's been years. You know, I think that there's been a lot of acceptance around this loss, and to see them and to have them come through feels like, you know, it's like a welcomed reunion, you know. I think that it's like, you know, sometimes when it's fresh, it's like somebody comes through and it can feel almost destabilizing. But then there are times where, yeah, they've been gone for a while, but you know, you miss them, you think about them, but you are coming to terms, right? You're trying to figure out how to, at least. And to see them feels like a warmth, right? There's a belovedness there. So that feels very strong and very important here. Okay. Now, we have this large butterfly right here. And I feel like it's just such a time of growth for you. This last year, I really feel it's like you've taken your life into your own hand. I mean, your success, your luck, your fortune, all of that. You've taken it into your own hands. There's no more waiting around for anybody. There's no more, I wish I could, maybe one day, you know, if everything gets, you know, in the right situation, in the right position, then I'm going to do this thing. No, I don't think it's like that right now. I don't feel like you're willing to just sit around and let things happen. I feel like there's a sense of being very active and intentional in your own life. And this has really gotten the ball rolling. I also feel like there's just such a sense of growth as a person, as a being. And it's interesting because I'm looking at this and it also feels like, you know, as active and as kind of, you know, pushing along the progress of your life as you are, I feel like you've just come to a place of ease with a lot of things. A lot of frivolous things in life, right? A lot of things that we worry about that don't really mean that much of anything. You know, I think some of us even just find reasons to get anxious, right? That's what I feel like. That's me through and through. But I feel like there's a sense of letting go of this need for things to go just so, right? I think that at times you have had maybe a problem, or at least it can feel like a problem, right? With, you have a plan, it's agreed upon, and then something changes, like some part of it changes. And you didn't make that decision to change it, but it happened and everybody's just kind of going with it. But for you, it feels almost devastating, even if it's just something little, right? Like somebody changes the restaurant that we're all going to meet up and we're going to have dinner, we're going to have a family, you know, a nice family night. Well, last minute, hey, we're not going to go there, we're going to go here instead. And even though you like both places, because you had your mind set on this place and you kind of prepared yourself to be in this, at this restaurant, at this time with these people, and it got switched, it just feels like chaos, right? There's a feeling of, you know, I don't know, like losing control of the situation, I think. And I feel that you've really worked on trying to let things go that just ultimately are not that big of a deal. And I think that's released you of a lot of the constraint of, you know, being upset quite often about little stuff, because that's life. Things change. Stuff does not go as planned very often, does it? You know, it really doesn't. So, you know, I think that this is a time where it's just, you're really feeling kind of this, it's like a lighter heart, lighter vision of life. Things just feel easier. There's an ease. I feel like you feel so connected with what you're doing and how it's going, and you know, and where you don't have to worry about things that maybe you used to worry about so much. And that's a really beautiful thing. That's such a wonderful place to be able to get into. Now, as we turn it this way, we have a person up here. It looks like their head, kind of long hair. They're holding, it looks like a fish. Okay. The tail is curled up. We also have over here the head of a cow, maybe wearing a dress or a robe of some kind. Now we have a person sitting down here with their arms raised, and maybe a child here. So I have this beautiful vision of, it's the mother goddess. We have over here, we have Hathor. We have this beautiful person, you know, and holding this abundance of resources, money coming into the situation. We also have a fish over here with a little heart. So I feel that, you know, where you have freed up some of your emotional, spiritual, intellectual bandwidth, right? From all of the little worries, all of the things in a day that just, it drives you crazy. You are feeling like, oh, how can I do this? Everything's always like a mess, or it's changing, or, you know, not going the way that it needs to go. And letting go of a lot of those moments in your day, so much more room to be doing the things that are important to you. Focusing on the stuff that is going to elevate your life. And so I feel the mother goddess is really blessing you with this time of having the right tools, the ability, the motivation to get things done so that you are making more money than you have been. Okay. So I do feel like this is going to be the next 6 months or a year, definitely money coming in. Okay. More than expected. And I really hope, you know, that this is going to bring some deep and lasting ease to your life. Okay. Getting those bills paid, getting some of that debt paid down, being able to maybe put something away. Right. And being in that position changes everything, you know. I'm not saying, you know, it's like you're going to win $1 million, although that would be great, right? But having the ability to cover your expenses and all that, it changes life so much. It really does. So I feel like this is such a blessing, such a wonderful time. That mother goddess strong, smiling upon you. Okay. Now we have the person down here with the child. And so I feel that in your life, there's somebody who has a young child. Maybe this is your own daughter or son, and they have a child. It could be that you have a child, or somebody, a niece, a nephew, something. It seems like they're having a tough go of it. Okay. I can just feel, you know, there is a sense of, I don't know. anxiousness, loneliness, maybe feeling like they are forgotten by those around them. And, you know, if you've ever been the parent of a young child, you know that these feelings can come up, definitely. Especially if they, you know, like, well, like my husband and I, we don't live near any of our, you know, blood family. We've created our own family. We have chosen family. But nobody watches our daughter, right? We don't have, she's never had like a family member or anything watch her, take care of her. And that's, you know, there are reasons, different reasons for that. But, you know, we don't, basically what it comes down to is me and him do everything. We do everything. And now she's old enough that she went to preschool this year for a couple days a week. But, and I'm not complaining. Let me just tell you, I'm not complaining. But, you know, and this is the case for a lot of people. I know a lot of people now, within, you know, my mom communities and parent communities, who, yeah, they don't, it's hard to afford childcare. We chose not to have our own childcare just because we, you know, work from home, and we thought it would be good for her to, you know, have activities, but also be at home for the most part. And, I don't think it's an uncommon situation, but it is. It's hard for a lot of people to have good daycares or childcare, or family helping or whatever. So a lot of people in this situation where they don't see other adults very often, or they're not having these adult interactions that are very meaningful. You know, you have, you know, people you meet at work or in passing when you're out doing things or whatever. But I think there's a lot of people who feel quite isolated when they're raising young children. You know, thankfully, again, I know I'm talking a lot about my husband and I, but thankfully, we like to be alone. So it's actually perfect for us. But I do know that there are people, they feel like they need somebody to reach out, you know? So I think that seeing this, to me, it shows somebody in your life, if you can think of them, needs somebody to kind of, yeah, call them, text them. Don't show up at the house unannounced. That's never fun. But yeah, reach out to them. Tell them, hey, let's go to the park. Let's go for a walk. You know, let's watch a movie together. You know, whatever it is. I think that, you know, a lot of us are so busy that we forget. We forget that there are people in our lives that they need some company. They need somebody to come around and you know, facilitate some kind of interaction. And so, you know, that's that energy right down in here. Oh, my tummy is rumbling. Getting hungry. So, let's see. We have that Sagittarius person. I was trying to think more about who that was, but I don't know. There's just some Sagittarius person kind of roaming through your life. I almost wonder, it's weird because I'm looking at this. It reminds me of a ship's window, a port. It's hard to see on the thing, but in person, it looks like this part is a window. I almost wonder if this person, as I'm talking about the Sagittarius, is a fan of ships, like old-timey ships for some reason. That's coming to the forefront of my mind. I don't know. I don't know who it is, but that's what I'm seeing. Something about them. They like ships. Okay, so we have the Magician. Look at that. We have the Magician with a wand right here. Okay. We also have a snake, a serpent. We have some illuminating candles or lights here. So some spiritual downloads coming through. So I do feel like this is a time where you are recreating your environment. So I wonder if you're going to be redecorating, moving some furniture. It is a perfect time to be decluttering, reassembling your rooms, maybe bringing in some different colors. I am feeling it. I just redid the table here. At the very end of the reading, I'm going to talk about some of the artists that created these things, what their Etsy shops are, and that stuff. But also, shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. Yesterday, we just got his new set all put together. So, go check that out. I forget how many days ahead he is, but it will be coming out soon. So in the next few days, his new set will make its debut, and it's gorgeous. So yes. Now we also have the serpent. So some kind of news, I think. Something revealed. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm trying to look through. Everything's tied to the house here. I almost wonder if you're finding, if you have like adult children that moved out, or somebody who used to live with you, finding some of their things as you're kind of moving things around. There's a belovedness to it. I keep thinking that these are like notes. Like there's a bunch of notes or something. Now, if you have children that are around my age, I don't know if kids still write notes anymore. But, when I was in high school, I had a box, literally a box full of handwritten letters and notes from school, which in hindsight was pretty silly because it got me in trouble a few times. But from my family reading them, right? But yeah, I almost feel like it's something like this, like some handwritten notes or letters or something. But this is beloved. This is sentimental and feels, it's like transports you. And also gives you some insight, I think, into this person, into their, thinking and maybe even their, wants and desires and things like that. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to do our Divine Doors Oracle cards. Okay, and I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. Oh, yes. I love these temples on here. So beautiful. I love it. I love a building that has like plants growing into it or on roots everywhere, or ivy. Ivy is my favorite. Okay, it says hummingbird song, nectar of sweetness and joy. It brings the hummingbird's healing. As medicine, it sings. As medicine, it sings. Nectar of sweetness and joy, it brings the hummingbird's healing. As medicine, it sings. Yes. Singing, dancing, laughing. Loving, right? Yes, loving as well. All of these things. Medicine, medicine, medicine. All right, Gemini, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. Let me tell you happy birthday. If your birthday has passed here recently, happy belated birthday. If your birthday is today, as you watch this, super happy birthday to you. And if it is coming up soon, happy birthday. I hope you all have a most wonderful and profound year. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. Also, if you would like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. Now, I wanted to talk about real quick, and I'm getting my phone because I'm so bad with remembering names. We have these beautiful sculptures right here, and the name of the store that they come from is Her Stories Shop. Her Stories Shop. You can look that up. It looks like she has that on most of her social medias. Okay, I got these from Etsy, but it's called Her Story Shop, and I'm so bad with pronouncing things. If you've watched my readings, you know that. So I'm sorry if I say this wrong. The artist's name is Marta Walalinska. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyways, she shipped these all the way from Poland. They're beautiful. I love them. I saw this one in particular and I fell in love. I said, yes, I love you. Please come live with me. We can have a fabulous life together. And also this one is very cute. It has, she's holding a cat, which is so cute. Okay, now I have had this one for a while on here, and I have mentioned before, but I want to mention again. This is from the artist Portland Mary. She also has an Etsy. I have some other pieces of hers coming soon. She packages her, when they come in a package that is as beautiful as the actual piece. Magic, absolutely magic, this lady. And then over here, as you know, if you watch my readings, I'm all about the toads and also the frogs. These are my favorite backyard spirits. These are the protectors of our portals, our windows, our doors and our windows. These, when they come up in symbolism for us, they're all about home security. They watch out for us, okay? So this is from the Art Obscura Botanica, and the Brujo who created this, lovely individual. And I know that he has more of these on his Etsy there. I'm not trying to sell anything for anybody, but the work speaks for itself. I mean, these are just gorgeous. So anyways, I wanted to bring those up. I need to do like a full video of some of the pieces that I have that I've shown in my readings before. If you know me or you've watched my readings, you know that I'm a huge fan, a fangirl, I would say, of art, music, good food, cooking, and so anyways, I feel so blessed to be able to include these beautiful pieces in the readings, because they're, I mean, just fantastic. And I just also, let me just also mention, and now I don't know who the artist is of this one, but it is often shown in my readings, and I just want to mention where I got it from. And actually, because I think I got an email from them saying that they were going off of Etsy. Okay, so here we go. This one is from the MexicaTribeShop.com. They have beautiful carved pieces. I also have a beautiful Santa Morte pendant from them. And this one, oh, just so beautiful. It's always on my desk. Always, always. So anyways, I'm going to stop with this. I could go on about these forever. I love to sit and commune with them. All of them. All right. So anyways, I love you. I thank you. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk in a few days from now. Good night. Happy birthday. I love you. I love you. I love you. Goodbye.